and welcome along and welcome back to Stone Valley. Today we're going to be finishing off the contracts that we started last time. We've got our 3 tractors going along and doing the seeding and planting that they were on. We are currently heading up to field 16 because the one tractor we've got which still has some seed in it and still has the availability to plant stuff is sitting up here, and it is in fact just off the side bit here. Basically the one on field 16, the class, that managed to get itself to the point where it finished the main part of the field, but this section to the right here, which is currently limed but not planted, that, of course, is still part of this field, but has not been included in the course play for the first bit, as it is cut off. So we're just going to stop this here. We've got nothing left in the flatbed, so we're going to have to go and refill with another 6,000 litres of seed. Let's start this up. And then we're going to head into here and the hired worker setup. Create a job. And I want to clear off the current course that we've got on here. So I want to do, let's see if we can do field position here. There we go. So that's how you select the section of field. Start position. We are going to go this corner like that. And yep. Open course play generator. 2 headlands. Multiple tools. No. Circle round islands. Let's see if it actually manages to generate a course for this. And yep, it has. There we go. So yeah, not too bad at all. Starting point is actually in that corner, so that's not too bad. Nope, let's reselect that. Come out here. Right, we need to find the first waypoint, which is just round the corner over here. And I don't know if 60% full will be enough to finish this, but I'm kind of hoping it will. Let's change that to first waypoint and get it all lined up. Look at the realistic dirt mod though, going nicely white on this because of how we're set up. First waypoint and away it goes, and that should mean that gets started and we can go and sort the seed out on our other 2 pieces of kit. So that means heading back down here to the shop and popping in and spending a whole host of money to get a load of seed. We're going to want to move that from there, but I'm just going to pop in here first. And yeah, we need another 6 pallets of seed. And last one, there we go. So we'll take this over this way, get it nice and easy for our John Deere to load us up. Now, one thing I didn't cover last time that I probably should cover this time, and I kind of regret not doing it last video, is the reason that I've gone with these and not big bags, even though we do have a tractor with a front loader on it now. And it's mainly because I'd have to get the tractor and the truck up to the field. Whereas what I'm trying to do is simplify things by only having to get the truck up to the field to load these up. So yeah, that's my thought behind that. That's interesting. Yeah, so the problem I've been having on several series on here is losing mouse control when I don't have the front loader selected, or when I don't have the tractor selected and I switch cameras. Just had exactly that problem with this tractor and this front loader setup. So not 100% sure what's causing that. It might be a base game bug, but nobody else seems to have this bug, which is a bit weird. So yeah, it's certainly something that happens without any mods attached. I've managed to get it with, well, no, I've managed to get it with just a single mod turned on, and that is the tractor in question that I was having a problem with. But this is base game, this tractor, I think. So it's a little bit weird to have lost some mouse control. So in that case, it was the up and down that I lost control of. Yeah, don't know what's causing that. That is a weird issue. Right, we'll push this forward like that. And then very carefully, without piercing a bag, just use that to push it forward a bit further until... No, don't go onto my thoughts, please. Until we are at our bar. There we go. We should be able to fit 2 more on there. But that then gets that on there like that. And there we go. The thing I'm surprised about with this so far with these contracts is that field 16, I believe, is about 75% along. That seems about right. Field 10 to be 70% along seems weird. That is a 5-hour contract, and in real time, all we've spent doing these contracts is about an hour and a half. So the timing for the contract seems to be a long way out. I don't quite know why it's so far out. I mean, 2.5 hours and 3 hours I can forgive for that. I mean, it's going to take us probably fairly close to that to get these contracts done. But field 10 still seems to be a long way off. And yeah, it's weird to see that it's actually the second most complete. And that's only because it's been overtaken by the one on field 16, because the one on field 16 is actually still seeding, whereas the other 2, well, you can see from the tractor sitting over there, cannot seed until all of this is loaded up and taken out to them. Last set of seeds. Spin this around, line ourselves up. Quite pleased with that. That's a fairly neat load of stacking that we've got on the back of here. So, in and on. And done. There we go. Very happy with that. Let's back this up. Left the course stopped. That's weird. Okay, so I'm going to pop up to field 10 and find out what's going on there, and then we're going to head back down here and get that tractor there loaded up. Well, that's a little bit weird. It got a little bit off track. So where was it supposed to go is the question. Looks like it was doing... Oh, it had been doing 2 headlands. Is there any way of showing the points? Yes, there is. Yeah, let's have a look at the points on this. So it should have come around here, round... Okay, yeah, it needed to execute a really sharp turn. And as a result, got a little bit stuck trying to do it. So we're going to follow it round here. Now the question is, exactly where should it be going? And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to try and get it onto this point here. So nearest waypoint. Go. And see if it will follow that round. Ah, yeah, looks like it's trying to go counterclockwise round the field then. Yep, that seems to be back on course and working fairly well, so we'll head back down to the shop. Okay, let's get this moving. We'll turn off the courseplay screen and we're going to head out to our tractor over here. Get this reloaded and then this can get going. Field 24 seems to be the most honest of our fields at the moment. Refill. And yeah, definitely seems to be the one that is showing the correct amount of progress. That is now full. So let's move this out the way. We'll just park it over here so we're not in any traffic's way. And then we can get this started again. Yeah, this seeder does not take a huge amount. Start her up. But yeah, field 24, we have only done the stuff this side of the river. So this is going to finish fairly quickly. And when it does, we're then going to transfer this tractor over the other side. The one on field 16 also does sunflowers, so we can then get that running on another section of this field. And that should then run things pretty well for us and get the rest of field 24, which is going to be the one that now takes us the longest, out the way. Although I'm intrigued to see how field 10 ends at this point. And speaking of which, field 10 is just up here on the right, and you can see how much progress has been made by this seeder. The far side of the field is done. This side of the field is what it's working its way through. Looking at it, 70% seems to be a fairly good estimate for this part of the field. Now, if there is a section up on the top left here, if this is part of field 10, which considering where the number is would suggest it is, there is much more than 70% left to go. So we will see what happens. We will get this refilled. I don't think I'm close enough. Let's get this closer to our seeder. It would have opened up if I was close enough. Right, and there we go. Right up beside it. Yeah, there we go. So refill that. And yeah, more realistic to be using bags when I don't have an actual loader. And this will take 3,000 litres of seed. I absolutely think, though, that we are going to need more seed than this to get these finished. So it's not incredibly surprising that we've spent a lot on seed. We are down to 155,000. So these contracts have cost us nearly 50,000 so far. But they are going to pay at least 150,000, I think. So yeah, it's going to be a good trade-off. I think we're going to hit maybe about 300,000 off here, which would be great. Right, nearest waypoint, started up. Where are you going? No. Gonna have to back that up slightly more. Otherwise, we're going to end up with a patch in the field. Right, back it right up. And now go. There we are. That is down. And that is away. Perfect. And yeah, looking at the top right-hand corner, it looks like the contract on field 16 should be finished. Oh no, that's the contract on 24. Our seeder over there is ready to move on to the next bit of the field. Yep, that's exactly what's happened. So this one has finished its work. we're going to stop off here and we're going to move this now the other side of the bridge. So we've got this big, well, it's sort of a cross between a river and a waterway. It's not a very deep river. There's not a very deep river to the north of it, but it definitely turns into one south of that bridge. But it is this area over here that needs doing next. So what we'll do is head into here. We want to create a job. We want to set this field this time. And first waypoint, yeah, we're going to stick at this corner. We're going to open the course generator and we want one headland. No, we want two headlands. That's the mistake we made on the other half of this field. And everything else is good. So generate me a course. And this one is just as weird as the headland on the other half of the field. But it should get the job done. It's going to finish in this corner, which is great. So let's start job. And that should then get itself into position. Let's have a look at where this actually starts. I'm going to stop that, actually. Go first waypoint. And where is the first waypoint on this? Oh, it's right. It's halfway up the field up there. And that's what we get for having such a weird course. But it's a weird-shaped bit of field. So I'm not overly surprised by that. And our start point is up here. There we go. So we've got set to first waypoint. Away we go. Set that off. And this should then get this other half of the field done. And as I said, when field 16 finishes, we're going to move that class tractor down to this one and start that on the small bits that isn't covered by what this tractor is doing at the moment. And the contract on field 16 is done. So let's stop that. We don't want to waste. We've spent so much on seed at the moment. We don't want to waste any more money on that. This is, as I said before, this is all that they've required us to do. We want to switch the remaining seeds we've got here over to sunflowers. And we're going to move the Terra track now back down to field 24 and get those small patches at the far corner of it done. I think the progress on field 24 is going to increase massively now. The weird shape of the field is just playing a bigger part in it than anybody would suspect. I'm slightly worried of hitting this tree. Let's just back that off a bit and try and go around that. We have to go over a little bit of what's been seeded. But it's going around. It's filling it in. We are already up to 47%. There is a road out this way. I could have gone around a bit more. But you can see that even with the weird shaped bit here, we've got a couple of bits up here that are still part of this field and still need doing. So I've set this Terra track here to be on sunflowers. And we're now going to add a job. We're going to create job. We want that bit there. We want target position of here like that. We want to generate a course, same as before. Generate me a course. And I was expecting this one to be a fairly simple one. Makes sense. Start position is up there though, so let's get this moving. Yeah, start position is there. And going in which direction? Towards me. So this should be a fairly quick and simple job for this tractor to do. It's only got 22% left of seed. but that should cover fairly easy. And then there's that really little fiddly bit in the corner we'll probably have to do manually, because I can't see this seeder being able to handle that. First waypoint, and away we go. And that now can help out our John Deere 8. I think that's an 8 RT over there to get this field finished. While our 3 tractors are working away over there, there is something I just want to show you guys quickly. It's not something I'm going to buy, but it is something I really love. And that is the T6 Series New Holland. We've got one available in the shop for, well, for 43,000, which is quite frankly a really good buy, especially as it's a 125 horsepower. It's got all of these extras on it like this. So we've got a front loader on it. We've got a front 3-point. It's a really, really good purchase. If this is here later, I am very, very tempted, actually, because, yeah, that is a really nicely kitted out T6 at 125 horsepower would make a perfect second tractor for our farm. So, yeah, we'll see where we are. I don't think we get any money back for taking off the... oh, wow, there's so many options on this. For taking off the wheels, no, we don't get any money back. And it does cost a little bit less. Wow, okay. It comes with all of the so the twin wheels, no, 43,000. So we could get it with these twin wheels on it and then put the singles on it as well. Just a really, really good tractor available secondhand in the used. And it's just come up with all these options on it. Class has finished work, so we'll jump in this. Start it up. And as I said, what we need to do now is just go and do this tiny bit in the corner up here. Finish things off. The turning circle with this seeder is horrible. I mean, there is no turning circle with this seeder. It's just really, really bad. Right, there is no easy way to do this back corner. So we'll start it up. Oh, wow, it takes forever to unfold as well. Start it up, drop it down, and away we go. And yeah, we'll just fill this in, and that will get this field nicely along. We are now up to 85% on here with these 2 bits having been done. And the other tractor is now filling in the rest of it. So won't be long before this contract's finished, I think. It's just really now how long the rest of the contract on field 10 takes. And the rest of the contract on field 10, it is making good progress. It does seem to be reporting about the right amount left. Time will tell, though, as to whether it's actually accurate overall, and we're kind of going to wait with bated breath to see that. What we will be able to do, though, once this field is finished, is get a good idea of exactly how much money we're going to make, because we'll be able to complete these 2 contracts, and then we will be in a position to see where we are, because we've spent a whopping 45,000 getting these contracts done. So at least one of these contracts is going to cover that. But it's then a case of how much more are we going to get off the other 2 to get near the dairy farm. I really, really want to get the dairy farm and get set up on that if we can. And that is this tractor all done and dusted. So let's get this back down to the shop. We can't do much more with this now. The other tractor is handling the courseplay going on the rest of field 24. It's at 94%, so there's not much left for it to do. So we'll leave that doing that. And yeah, we've got 11% of the seed left here, so we might just unload that, or actually no, I'm going to leave it in here and return this seeder with it in, or this planter, because that's what this is. We'll return this planter with it in because we will get a refund from the seed, and we need to make sure that any surplus seed we have we leave in the planters. Oh, speaking of planters, we leave in the equipment because we will get a refund for that seed. And that's going to be very important for our bottom line. So here we go. Field 10. And the Steiger is coming up to the end of its courseplay course. So, absolutely, this is... We've got that last section to do. We've only got 250 litres of seed left here. So what I'm going to have to do is take this over to the new area and bring a whole load more up here to get that going. But yeah, we haven't missed off the last bit. The reporting is fairly accurate. And we do have one last section of field to get done. I am still impressed. This tractor has gone through this field and it's done this faster than I ever expected it to. We've blasted through these contracts. We really have. And thankfully, this final section of the field is actually quite a simple setup. So field position. Start position that way. Let's generate a job. So 2 headlands. Yes, that's all good. Generate a course. And yeah, that's done that fairly easily. It's actually done it in the same direction as before. Now, it's facing the opposite way to how we want it to go. So we need to come into here and just go and position ourselves in the right place. Yeah, because that would have had huge problems trying to get itself lined up. Always worth getting it near that first waypoint to get it set up. And then we will come out here with the seeds in our truck and come and get this refilled because it's going to run out in the very near future. And I want to make sure that we keep this going. If we can complete all these contracts today, that would make, well, that would mean the dairy farm is ours. And just as the Steiger is getting started on that last section, the 8RT has run out of seed as it completes the contract on field 24. Which is absolutely perfect. So we can now take this and go and park this down at the shop with it nice and complete. And we just need to go and put the rest of the seed we've got on the back of our truck into the Steiger, I think. Whoa. Looks like there was something in the bush there. But yeah, we can go and put the rest of the seed we've got in our truck into the Steiger. I want to see exactly how much seed I've got. It may not quite be enough. We know we've got a little bit of seed sitting in the class, so we might unload that quickly and plonk that in. So let's see how much that is. There's 400 litres in there, so let's back this up a bit, actually. And then when we back it up, what we can do is unload it, and we'll easily be able to get at it with our John Deere front loader. So unload that. As expected, it's done it into a pallet, but there's not much I can do about that. There we are. And yeah, the other tractor is now saying it needs to be refilled. So we'll get this into our truck back, and then we'll get all of that over. Oh, drat. I thought it was that way around. It's not. I need to come around like this. And then in. There we go. And then like that. In there. We are 2 contracts down. And we just have the 3rd one to get done. I do need to undo the belts on this as well. And just get those seed pallets sitting properly in the boot. Alright, like that. There we go. Open up the back, just in case. I don't think we're going to need to. Yeah, I think we might need to rearrange things a little bit in the back of this. Or at least get that seed pallet there pushed forward a little bit. Will that push? No, that's going to roll it. And, okay. Right. This is a very messy setup at the moment. But if I lift that out, that's going to maneuver that nicely. That will then allow me to get this positioned a little bit better. Yep, there we go. And then we hopefully can pick this back up and just put that on the middle, reposition it a little bit better, and make the whole thing not quite so janky. There we go. Perfect. Right. Let's strap this lot down. Oh, there we go. And there. That one is too far forward. Right. Let's get this up to field 10 and get these contracts done. There's our tractor. Nicely over here. So we'll just pull up alongside. Like so. And then we can get this reloaded. And we'll be grand. So go on. It's going to take it from the pallet first. There we go. Although apparently it's not picked it up from the other pallet. The last thing of seeds. Let's see if we can get those a little bit closer. Yep, that's recognized it. And refill that as well. Put as many seeds as we have left. So all the seeds we have left now are in this seeder. Hopefully that is gonna be enough to complete this. Because I don't really want to be buying any more seeds. We've got 154,000 pounds left. 150. I definitely don't want to go below 150. But that would take 2 full refills pretty much to do that. And nearest waypoint. And away we go. Let's see if this can now complete this contract by the end of today. Because this is the only contract we have left going that stands between us and our dairy farm. I've actually realised I'm going to do this job myself. We've got no seeds left. I might as well do this job myself. So let's turn it back on, down, and yeah, we'll set this up. We'll do this ourselves, and that way we'll save ourselves a little bit of money on doing stuff with contractors and hired workers. It'll be a lot cheaper to finish things off, and hopefully means we won't spend any further money today trying to get these contracts finished. Coming up to the end of the headlands, and we're now 95% complete on this contract. I can't believe we are so close to the end. This has not taken 5 hours. Amazingly, this absolutely has not taken 5 hours to get field 10 done. We are coming up to 2.5, I think, overall, based on the little bit of extra overnight work that was put in, and based on the amount of time we recorded for the first session, definitely not been as much as was estimated for this contract. So I'm really quite happy to be making nearly 70,000 off this in under 2.5 hours is just amazing. If we're going to be doing more contracting work outside of what we are going to be doing on our dairy farm, I think we're definitely going to be wanting some equipment this sort of size. We'll be looking certainly to get a tractor in the 500 horsepower range. I think that is a must going forwards doing contracting work, and I think that a seeder at least as wide as this Amazon Condor is going to be necessary. We have several seeders and planters that fit this description, and I think we'll go like that. I don't think I'm going to go for one with an air cart, despite the size of some of these fields. I think these fields are probably a little bit fiddly to put an air cart on, especially ones like field 24, where you had that tiny little corner. Trying to do that with an air cart would just be painful, whereas getting something with a good 10 to 15 meter width should do us fairly well on here. We have some Case and we have some John Deere options in those regards, so we'll see where we go. At the moment, we're very much running a John Deere farm, and I say that having only got one John Deere tractor, but we never know what might turn up in the used sales. We might get a nice big Case tractor like this Steiger turn up, in which case we'll have to run that for our contracting tractor. I'm still of two minds about that New Holland, and I think it'll depend on A, whether it's still available, or B, how much spare money we have as to whether we get that, or whether we hold off and see what else turns up later. We still need to get a whole load of cows for our farmer course, so there is that to take into consideration as well. Progress for the last 2 to 3% on here has been fairly slow. We are getting close now, though. We are at 99%. The farmer's going to come and fill in the last little bit with his own tractor and drill. So he just wants us to get it to a certain point. And as a result, I think we're probably going to end up finishing on this lane. I think this should complete everything and get us all done and dusted on this contract, which is amazing. Before the sun has set on the second day of these 3 contracts, we are going to have all 3 done and dusted, and just means that next time our farm begins on this map, which is just incredible. I think we're 12 episodes in at this point. And this is where I wanted to be after this position. This bit, this is where we get into the meat of things. And I'm just kind of waiting for this contract to end at this point. We are going to have the lights on our tractor. The sun is setting because it has gone 6:30. And we are out of seed. We are so close to the end of this, and yet we are out of seed for the very last little bit. I'm gonna have to run all the way back to the shop. Thankfully the truck is already down there, but we're gonna load it up with a pallet and get back up here as quickly as we can, because that's infuriating. Wow, so we're back down at the shop. We've got the truck down here. Speaking of large, Now, if I have the money, that's what we want to pick up. That is requires 340 horsepower, 17.8 meters. That is exactly the kind of thing we want on here. So, yeah, if we get the chance, we'll pick that up. But what we need to pick up is a single pallet of seeds. So we'll buy those. I can't believe it's that close. And that close in that we're there with everything as well. That is gonna have to move backwards to load these up. Go start the engine and back it up. There we go. Right. And yeah, that gives us enough access to that. I cannot believe that we got so close, 99% complete on that contract before running out of seed. It is such a little bit, and I bet we're going to travel a couple of meters forwards, and at that point, that contract complete. Would not surprise me if we are like 10 liters short on this. Right, undo all that. Plonk this in the back. A quick emergency delivery of seed to get everything that we're doing on here finished off. Well, everything we're doing on here today, I should say, finished off. Right, let's get this up to our seeder and get this contract done. Out of the darkness, somewhere out here. There it is. Ah, case tractor. We're just needing a tiny bit of seed in it. Has that opened up? Yes, it has. Let's get all our work lights on now. Refill this with just 1,050 liters. And then we need to move this out the way. And we'll just back this out here. No forward lights on this, so yeah, that's or no rear lights on this, no work lights. So we'll just park this over here, like so. And then let's see exactly how many liters of seed we need to use on this tractor to complete this job. Right, forwards, down, onto our course, and away. And the answer is 130 liters was what we needed. Contract is all done and dusted, and yeah, I think we've gone fairly late. So what I'm gonna do is we are gonna get this back down to the shop. We will get all set up. We will hand these in the morning because the office is closed now. And yeah, we'll get our money and we'll see where we're at. All in all, though, I am so pleased. We have managed to get these 3 massive seeding and planting contracts done. We've done them in way less time than was expected. And we are going to make an incredible amount of money from them. So yeah, tune in next time to see exactly how much that is. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.